Hello good day viewers. In this tutorial we are going to simplify this radical expression, which is the square root of 1 minus the square root of negative 3 plus the square root of 1 plus the square root of negative 3. To my surprise, after simplifying this, I realized a positive real number, which is so incredible because we have a square root of negative number right here, which is imaginary. All right, let's get started. Before we start, you should know that this is a positive number. This is also a positive number. Therefore, if you add these two positive numbers together, you're going to obtain a positive number. So I would like to let the whole of this to be equal to something else. We can let it to be equal to y. Therefore, the whole of this equal to y. Secondly, I would like to let u be equal to 1 minus the square root of negative 3, which is this one. And I would like to let v to be equal to 1 plus the square root of what? Negative 3. So one thing I want to obtain, or two things, is the sum of u and v and their products. So I would like to compute for u plus v, which is equal to 1 minus the square root of negative 3 plus 1 plus the square root of negative 3. If you observe, this will cancel this because they have different operations. All we have is 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2. Therefore, u plus v is equal to 2. Let us keep this aside. Then I want to compute for the product. We have u multiplied by v equal to 1 minus the square root of negative 3. Then we multiplied by 1 plus the square root of negative 3. All right. These are just difference of two squares. We take the first term, we square that, we subtract. We take the second term, which is square root of negative 3. We also square that. 1 squared is equal to 1 minus. You should know that square root of negative 3 is the same thing as square root of negative 1 multiplied by square root of what? 3, the whole of this squared. This is equal to 1 minus square root of negative 1 is I, right? So we have I here, multiplied by square root of 3 squared. This is equal to 1 minus I squared multiplied by square root of 3 squared, right? I squared is negative 1, so this is equal to 1 minus negative 1 times square root of 3 squared is 3, right? So all we have is negative 3 under the parentheses, which is equal to 1 minus is plus 3, and this is equal to 4, which implies that the product of u and v is equal to 4. Let us keep this aside. But remember that we have let these radicands to be equal to u and v respectively. Therefore, square root of u plus square root of v will be equal to y. Square root of u plus square root of v is equal to y. Now, I would like us to square both sides of this equation. Square this, and you have to square the other side. Applying binomial expansion, we take the first term, we square that. That is square root of u squared plus square root of v squared plus 2 multiplied by square root of u times v, right? This is the expansion, and this remain equal to y squared. This is what? U plus v, because power of 2 will cancel the square root, plus 2 multiplied by square root of uv equal to y squared. But what is u plus v? Remember, we obtain that to be equal to 2, right? Where is it? You can see that here. It is equal to 2, and the product is equal to 4. So let's substitute. This is equal to 2 plus 2 multiplied by square root of ub, which is equal to 4. This is equal to y squared. 2 plus 2 multiplied by square root of 4 is what? 4, because this is equal to 2, and 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4. This is equal to y squared. Therefore, y squared is equal to what? 6. And to find y, we're going to take the square root of both sides. Y now is equal to plus or minus the square root of 6. But remember, I told you Since the whole of these radical expressions are positive, if you add them together, you're expected to get a positive number. Therefore, we are going to consider only positive 6 as our solution. Y is equal to, positive square root of 6, which turns out to be what? The whole of this radical expression that we are looking for, which is equal to y, is now equal to square root of 6. So incredible, right? Thank you for watching. Do share to your learning colleagues and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting videos. Bye bye.